Hello, everybody. My name is Lauren Brandon. I'm the Assistant Commissioner of the MIAA, and I'm very excited to be here today with Emiliano Alvarado. Emiliano, how are you today?
Hi, Lauren. I'm very good today. How are you?
I'm good. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. Well, I'm originally from Mexico City, from Lerma, from the outskirts of Mexico City. I'm currently a freshman studying physics and computer science, and I'm on the golf team at Kalamazoo College. One fun fact I like to always tell is that I have two other siblings, and I'm technically the youngest since I have a twin sister. And yeah.
Obviously, being a freshman, you haven't had much time in the MIAA, but what have been some of your favorite things about competing in this conference so far?
One of my favorite things about the MIAA is the flexibility in which you can combine both academics and still compete at a high level in your sport, in my case with golf. And for sure, it's always fun to compete. It's always fun to connect with people, make friends. And despite nourishing that competitive spirit every other team in the school has, you can still balance and have a lot of have great fun while competing in your sport with other people.
What drew you to Division III specifically? What makes D3 special to you?
While starting my college search, I was seeking to give continuity to both physics and golf, which are my biggest passions. And D3 and Kalamazoo College specifically um, showed as a great option for me to be able to pursue the academic side, engage in research, uh, have a more close relationship with faculty and my teammates overall inside of class, while also developing the athletic side of my passion for golf. Um, to be able to compete at a collegiate level, to keep training, and to give, let's say, maintenance to all of my parts of the game, saying technical aspects, mental and fitness training. So these three allowed me to do that, and Kalamazoo College was a great option for me.
I'm sure you're pretty busy between golf and your studies, but what hobbies do you have outside of that?
I really like to read. Uh, if it's not about golf, then I'll be reading a little bit about physics. And I like to go to the movies, to the theater, mostly with my friends and family. And I like to listen to music. Besides of it, it's always a way to connect with people, and I'm always looking to do that.
Your coach mentioned that you showcased your talents early on and that you're already in the top 15 in the conference. How did you prepare to compete at the collegiate level?
While preparing for golf at collegiate level in Mexico, I had a complete and a very um, wide team of instructors in Mexico that took care of my mental fitness and technical aspect of the game. And besides that, I was looking to compete as much as I can in national events in Mexico, which have a very strong and competitive field, and also to gain exposure in while competing in tournaments in the United States. So that's the way I prepared while also doing the backstage work um, in my golf academy in Mexico.
What would you say was the biggest challenge that you faced when starting golf in college, and how did you overcome it?
For me, the challenge was on managing my time and my schedule, since there were a lot more um, hours that I had to put into to take care of homework, office hours, etc. Then that took out time from me to be able to train, but mostly on the technical part of my game. One thing I really appreciate about the college here is that there are many support resources. So if you're able to combine that with your schedule, then you can take care of of the things you need to be submitting, to be learning, and also to be on top of what you want to achieve. In my case, technical and mental goals oriented to my golf performance, and being able to do that gave me a lot of peace of mind and made me realize that I was growing as a student, as an athlete, and as a person.
You've touched on the mental side of golf a few times. How would you say you best prepare yourself mentally for the game? Because I'm sure if you get in your head, it's a completely different game that you play than when you're on top of it. So what helps you get into the game if something is a little bit off?
I really like to hold on to a phrase that says pressure is a privilege, and thinking that I could be able to manage it and get the most out of it is a driving force for me as an athlete, and I'm sure many golfers can relate to that, since as you said, golf is more of an individual sport, which adds up eventually to the team sport, to the team score. You realize that every single shot matters, every single attitude you take, um, every reaction you have, whether it's great, whether it's bad, you are affecting your team. You are affecting yourself first and your team as a whole overall. And being able to realize that um, puts a lot more perspective into controlling your reactions, keeping calm, and also acknowledging that golf is a game of misses. You're gonna miss. You're gonna have bad shots. You're gonna have bad days. Even you're gonna have bad breaks. And there's things that are well beyond your control, and taking care of those things that you can actually improve, work on, and control while being on the golf course where pressure is on, when results matter. Um, then pressure becomes a privilege, because if you're able to manage it, it becomes a positive tension that there's a very big benefit to get out from.
You mentioned that you are originally from Mexico. How did you come across Kalamazoo College and the MIAA?
Well, while beginning my search for colleges in the United States, um, I was trying to combine both my biggest passions, physics and golf. And Kalamazoo College came across as a great option, since it has a great infrastructure. It has a wide and very prepared team of professionals endeavor to support you, to to teach you, and they want to see you grow. It really becomes a platform to develop both competitions, either athletic and academic part of it. So uh, it came across to me as an option to develop both competitions precisely. And knowing that I had the support of such prepared and committed people behind me, it reassured me to take the decision.
What was the biggest change for you when entering college in the United States?
There were many cultural shocks for me. Um, the fact that I was now living in the same place I go to school was something new for me. So handling my personal life, handling my chores, tidying my room, managing my schedule to take care of my academics and the athletics, and that was a big change. Also, well, you come to a country where you practically know no one. So I think um, connecting to people from zero, from nothing again, was a challenge, and it was a shock as well. And the food, for me, it's a very important factor. I I see a lot of and I take a lot of joy in my nutrition, in my food, mostly Mexican food. And coming here was a shock.
What advice would you give other students that are considering going to school in a different country?
I would say there are four main points for that. The first one, which I think is the most important, is that you have to embrace the changes. You know, um, you are there for a reason. You are being courageous enough to take the decision, and the option is there for you. So embrace that change. While you do it, well, connect with people. You're always surrounded by amazing personalities and stories behind people, and being able to find friends, find support, and find similarities with many people is of great benefit, and it helps you grow, and it helps them grow as well. Also, the fact that you are going abroad, it's already getting out of your comfort zone. And still, while you're abroad, get out of your comfort zone still. Take salsa classes, take flute classes, take um, history of women in 1970s class, take jazz seminars. It's it could really become a great experience if you let it, if you embrace the changes, and you will only see growth in yourself, and you will learn so much.
I like closing out each interview with a fun question. You mentioned that you are a twin. Do you have any funny like twin stories?
It's a little bit of a funny story because they always say twins can telepathically know what the other one is thinking, what the other one is feeling, or they can talk to each other telepathically, right? And there was this one time where I was being a little bit lousy and running all over my house, and I stepped on top of a piano, and the piano broke, and I ended up getting a serious and deep injury in my forehead. And my sister wasn't there when that happened, so I was taken to the hospital to take care of that. And while my sister was abroad in ballet class or something like that, she knew something happened to me. Her head started hurting. She could feel there was something wrong in my forehead for some reason. And yeah, it's somehow strange, but maybe that's true. Maybe twins do telepathically uh, know what the other one's thinking.
That's incredible. Well, Emiliano, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today, and best of luck to you and your team the rest of the season.
Thank you, Lauren. Thank you so much for having me.